today you'll be receiving from a message full of God's power to help you become everything that God has created you to be. You know, God sent his son, Jesus, to die for you to have a life of abundance and for you to be an ambassador for him. What does that mean? That your life should represent his goodness. It's time to be about it. Tune in today's message and you'll be blessed.
2 Chronicles chapter 20. We're going to flow just a little bit differently. When I was praying about this, the Lord was very clear about what he wanted to do this morning. And I want to encourage you, those online, to stay hooked up. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, this is the story of Jehoshaphat. He and his army were facing an impossible battle. And I believe there are people in here, and, you know, some of you all would say, I know so many people were so happy to get out of 2020. Never expecting that 2021 could continue some of the challenges of 2020. Verse 1 says this, it came to pass after this also, that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them other besides the Ammonites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle. I want you to notice that it was the children of Moab. Somebody say one. It was the children of Ammon. Somebody say two. And it was the Ammonites. Somebody say three. It's one thing to have an attack come upon you. It's another thing when it's multiple attacks. I like to refer to that as stack attacks. You know, when you feel like you just got hit or punched by the devil or something has happened in your life and, you know, you're doing your best to recover from that. And have any of you ever been there where it seems like just when you're dealing with that, here comes something else? And then here comes something else. Well, I want you to notice what's going on here. This is not just people. These are groups of people. And, you know, there's some people who are being attacked just simply because you're standing for the Lord. So that's what you have going on here. Verse 2 says, then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side Syria, and behold, there be in Hazan Tamar and in En-gedi. Now, here's the interesting thing here, is that not only are they facing these massive challenges, but you know that you're under attack when other folks are coming into you and saying, you know what? I don't know what you did. I don't know how you've been acting, but you got a whole lot going on. You know, the Bible also says this, that no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. Now, what's important about that to understand is that it didn't say that the weapons would not form. And so many times we get discouraged or we fall back. You know, God's placed a vision or a dream in your heart. God has given you ideas. And sometimes we lay those things down because of the attacks or the weapons that are formed. So here you have this situation where it's like, okay, all this drama, where folks are coming to remind you. You know, have you ever been in that situation where you're like, I don't need you to remind me about what's going on in my life. I got that. Verse 3 says, and Jehoshaphat feared. He feared. He feared. You know, let me just say this, that there is no fear here. But I want to point out to you is that fear oftentimes is a natural response. You know, if you would be honest, most of us will be honest in here. Most of us have not gotten to the place where if some attack comes our way, that we don't feel some sort of fear in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I was watching Joyce Meyer not too long ago, and she has a whole series called Do It Afraid. And so sometimes what you're dealing with is fear. A lot of times when people get discouraged and get into depression, it's because of a lack of control. You know, there are times where you have no control over the situation that's trying to come up against you. You have control over yourself, but you may not have control over that situation. So some of us have been in a place where, I feel fear, and therefore we let everything fall right there because we feel condemned that our emotions had a reaction. Notice that Jehoshaphat did not stop here. It says that he feared, and what did he do about it? It's not that you got caught off guard by what came up against you. It's not that maybe you got the wind knocked out of you for a second. It's what did you do about it? Or let me put it this way. I don't know what it is you're going through. Let me ask you this question. Despite what you're going through, what are you going to do about it? Because you may not have initiated it. You may not know where it came from. In fact, you may not even fully understand it. But what you need to make a decision of, what are you going to do about it?
I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I want to invite you to subscribe as well as visit our website at michelleferguson.org. We have some materials there that can help you as you walk through life, live the life that God created for you. As always, I'm Michelle Ferguson, helping you to discover, develop, and celebrate who God has created you to be. See you next time.